We've got the man overseeing the black turf from SportsCenter, Sports Illustrated, Front Office Sports, House of Highlights.
You name it.
Joining the show tonight, head coach at SUNY Morrisville in New York, a former Alma Scott, a little bit of a Michigan tie, current overseer of the black turf that has internet trolls rolling over in their sleep. It's Coach Raby. What's going on, Coach?
Not much, man. How about yourself?
I am pumped to get you on here. We are also, Trevor and I are relieved that you did not melt when you went out on the field the other day. I didn't know if we were going to make this episode happen or not.
Yeah, I was a little worried, but it ended up being fine.
The 77 degrees just doesn't do it, does it?
No, it doesn't. That's actually the average. The average temperature in July here is 78 degrees. So
okay.
So it's about average.
I mean, Marquette is just about the same, man. We get an odd weekend here where it might get up into that 80 range, but that's about it. I mean, but just getting right into that and talking about that, did you and your staff and that, those people over there, did you have any inkling of what kind of reaction you're going to get when this announcement was made?
I think we knew there was going to be a reaction. I think it's social media. This is what people do on social media. They take it and they over exaggerate if it's a negative opinion. And I guess I'm not surprised by that aspect of it, but it's all good. People are more than able to have their own opinion. We've done our research on our end, and our school did its due diligence. So we're excited for it, and our players are excited for it. Hell
yeah. Now that we got the politically correct answer out of the way, we can continue. But you're 100% right. Like I don't want to take that away from you. That's the correct answer. It's what you're supposed to give. Now, someone made a note and pled their case on social media the other day. This could be a home field advantage for you guys. I don't know what the difference is. You guys probably haven't been out there, but the analogy I made to Trevor was I read about this Chinese basketball team, and stay with me here, this Chinese basketball team that would play in this gym that they brought up to like 80, 90 degrees. And then when these other teams came in and they're pregame, they're like, this is going to be a long game. Now, it's hyperbole, it's exaggeration, but maybe a little bit of a home field advantage for the Stangs this year.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think I'm going to just say the coach talk right now, but the reality is the reality is colored turf is not going to win us any games. We got to go execute. Yep. So I think it's a great experience for our players, and definitely they'll be more used to it than the visitors, but we still got to go out and actually play ball.
Yes, exactly. And we'll get the ball soon enough. Trust me. But I mean, man, after you get on SportsCenter, I'm going to ask you a couple questions about this damn thing.
Oh yeah.
That was absurd. I mean,
it's crazy.
I just know, I'm sitting on my golf course shift one morning, and I had tweeted at Pat McAfee, who's one of my biggest inspirations. And when he replied to me, I almost fell out of my cart. I got to imagine, I don't know what the visual was, what you were doing, but I have to imagine you scrolling through and just like.
Yeah, the crazier part is just the amount of people that reached out that I haven't talked to, and people from high school.
Big time now.
That I haven't talked to in a long time.
No.
They're like, okay, you guys got black turf, you're all over my feed. And, it's cool to see SUNY Morrisville, being talked about, in my opinion. I think it allows us to tell our story, but it's been a crazy 2 days. I mean, it's like you got House of Highlights, or some people were telling me all the different people posting it. So it's a cool time to be a Mustang.
Hell yeah, man. And one thing that I think a lot of people were saying too is like, man, imagine that down in Arizona and in California where it's 110 degrees. Yeah, no shit. All right. And
right.
That's ridiculous. That is totally not the case. And like I said, I've been out to your neck of the woods a couple times, and Marquette, we deal with a very similar climate. I think it's tough for people to understand that geographically that you're facing elements in a totally different way up there. It's a totally different type of ball.
Oh yeah, it's kind of funny because our trainers are great, and they always, the trainers have a system with the NATA that has protocols in place for heat and cold. And I made a joke to one of my colleagues. I said, we've been talked about more about not being able to go out for spring ball because it's too cold than we've ever been talked about for heat. So I think we're over here. We're more worried about being able to get out for the spring ball practices because the snow's on the ground.
I love that. And absolute last bit on the field. This actually has nothing to do with it being black turf, but something that we noticed when we watched that initial video that the athletics department released is there's just a lot of lines, like borderline plethora of lines out there. Obviously, you know, a school like that, you guys have a lot of varsity programs, a lot of different sports. You got lacrosse and soccer and these other sports that need to use the field. But for some reason, maybe it's just the black turf and the way it comes off there. It just, I mean, I wouldn't imagine, I mean, you guys haven't been out there very much, but that won't be a hindrance to you guys and knowing any field position or anything like that.
No, I think it's, one of the things that doesn't get talked about is the reason turf up north in the northern states exists is because if you're at a smaller institution, to be able to maintain with the weather, 30 grass fields is very difficult to do. So that's one of the big reasons teams get turf. We've been out there a couple of times. It actually, when you're on the field, it's hard to even tell of the lines.
Okay.
Like you can't even really, kind of similar to a green field that has a lot of lines, which our past field did. You really don't notice it when you're on the field. When you're up above, it does pop a little bit more because of the color.
Interesting. No, that makes a lot of sense. I get that. And I think, it is just literally the contrast. And it's me being a dumbass at sometimes and just picking apart videos that I see. What are the thoughts from the guys right now getting ready to go out on spring ball? There might be a couple drones flying over to see that black turf in action.
Well, I'm sure our school's got drones going over. Our guys are excited for camp. I think that, one of the great things about the turf, going back to the turf, is that it just adds another layer of excitement. Everyone's always excited to come back for camp. But now there's another layer, and it gives our guys a great, unique experience. I've been telling people all along, the goal is not to win games because of the turf. The goal is to give your student athletes a unique experience. And you guys, sounds like you guys play too, right? So like part of the college experience is doing things that some people never do, right? Having the opportunity to do things that are unique and be with your buddies that are going to be best friends the rest of your life. And be able to 20 years from now say, hey, we were the first guys to play on black turf. So it's not necessarily even just it's not about the winning part. It's in the turf part. It's about the experience. And now I get to be on your show and our AD gets to do interviews and we can tell the story of SUNY Morrisville, which is a great place with great academic programs and just a great family atmosphere.
Oh yeah. I love it. I love it, man. That's good. And in our little video I posted, I was ripping you guys because no visitor stands over there.
Oh yeah, it was funny that we.
Now I did follow up on that. The home side might be the best in the country as far as like fan seating goes.
It's pretty nice. We got it's when you said that we were dying.
Let's go.
In some ways it makes us feel like, okay, we're the villains that don't give anybody.
I love that.
But
because of
the reality is that the field is on, like right next to our school is an elementary school.
Okay.
Right? And so there's a field over there that the elementary school owns. So there's really no space to put visitor stands. So they have to sit on the home sideline. But yeah, if you look at we have a suite up at the top of our press box.
Oh, I saw them.
That we use for recruiting, and we have a great facility. So yeah, it was funny when you said it because we were like, man, we got to take that and run with it and say we're the villains for that.